Welcome to Midday Mania, the live streams that we do here on the Alert Zone TV. Shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. I would love for you guys and you girls to become active citizens of the Alert Zone TV. Y'all already know how to do that. Um, Shout out to Sci Fair Football, definitely. Um, this is an impromptu Midday Mania. I got a chance to do it, so uh, you guys and girls see the title. Hope everybody's doing good on this holiday weekend, wherever you are. Whether you celebrate the holidays or not, be safe out there. Um, Understand that the mainstream media is gonna start. You're gonna see all the Chicago violence. You guys and girls will see that all over. About Chicago. You guys already know. You know the same holiday blues. So, um, even though here in Marshalltown, in Iowa, this weekend there's been several high-profile police chases up here, but you won't hear about that on the mainstream media. Shout out to everybody because it's a worldwide movement. Shout out to GunTube. Um, I want to give a special shout out to my hometown in New Orleans, Louisiana, um, and shout out to everybody that survived Hurricane Katrina, and pressed on to those who didn't make it, or those since Hurricane Katrina um, that has passed on in the last 20 years. You guys and girls are gone, but y'all will never be forgotten. So we'll do like usual. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here before we get started. Yeah, I'm out here in the backyard. Definitely. So how you guys? Hello. Was it Abdullah? What's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure as you come in, you hit the likes button. Make sure you hit the likes button. All right, Natalie Carson, how you doing? Appreciate you for tuning in. We got 11 people in here, 17 people. We should have 17 likes already. As you come in, make sure you hit the likes button. The like doesn't necessarily mean you agree with what you hear, but what it does is boost us in the algorithm. You guys and girls know here in GunTube, we fighting the YouTube algorithm. A lot of us, they don't recommend us, and you guys and girls know. Y'all know the drill. Thank you. Appreciate that, Natalie. Appreciate that. What's cracking with the cuz? Oh, all you gotta do is look in the description. You'll see a thumbs up. Thumbs up is the like button. So we'll give everybody a couple more minutes to get up in here. Um, I want to send a special shout out also to my brother, Well Dressed Tactical. Okay. Okay. My neighbor's beagle out there barking like he crazy. We must have let him outside. So we'll do like we always do at the 5 minute mark. We'll get started. What am I gonna do in the live? I'm gonna have a conversation about something that I saw that I think we need to revisit. That's what I'm gonna do in the live. By the way, make sure you hit the likes button, and I appreciate you for tuning in. Even if you came here to troll, look. As long as y'all gonna hit the like button, y'all gonna view the material. Trolls are welcome. Definitely. We don't too much worry about them. Trolls are welcome. That's when you know you're doing something. That's when you know you're doing something good. When they start trolling you. Am I from UAE? No. I'm from right here in the good old United States of America. I'm a foundational black American, which means I can trace my lineage from the 1800s, before the Civil War. I traced my lineage, and I didn't need all that Ancestry.com and all that craziness. All right, appreciate that, Ayana. Appreciate you. Welcome. You're a citizen. And that name, I'm assuming that you're a female. We got a lot of videos that's dedicated to women because we want everybody to get legally armed. So let's go ahead on and get into it. We're at the 5-minute mark. And I named this Midday Mania Ding Dong Death. Parents across this country, I want y'all to understand something. No. No, El Dorado. This ding dong ditch, that this new form of ding dong ditch that they got on. Nah, not these. These two white gold. My mama left these when she passed on. I've never shopped on Temu before, so sorry to tell you that. I know you're here to troll, but anyhow, appreciate you tuning in. I saw a story of down there in Houston of a 11-year-old being killed at 11 o'clock at night in Ding Dong Ditch. Today's modern version of this Ding Dong Ditch, knocking and running, whatever you want to call it, is different. Because back in the days, we run somebody's doorbell or we knocked on the door and we ran. We never, ever ran and kicked somebody's door in. A 11-year-old got killed at 11 o'clock at night. And 11:30 at night. And he must have ran and kicked somebody's door real hard, and the owner came out shooting and put him down. I say this. Some of these trends y'all see on social media, y'all got to stop that. Y'all have to stop that. Because it's getting these children killed out here. You guys and girls know about the story in Virginia where these guys decided they wanted to play this ding dong ditch game. And they went in these people's backyard and started kicking in the back door. And the next thing you know, bullets started flying. One person in his high school senior year was unalived. Another one was in critical condition. The third one got away. Unfortunately, the homeowner was arrested. I'm not sure if he's still in jail at this time, but he was arrested. And now they're possibly talking about this person out here in Houston being arrested for doing this. I think it's very unfair. But I wanted to talk to parents. At 11 o'clock at night, your 11-year-old don't got no business roaming the neighborhood that time of night. They roaming around. They running and kicking people doors. They got these airsoft rifles and stuff. Everybody got cameras now. When people see somebody with their eyes, the only thing that's shown is their eyes. The rest of their face is covered. And they see you running to kick their doors with these airsoft guns. They're assuming at 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're trying to enter their home. I've seen the videos. They're not knocking and running like we used to do. Hitting the doorbell and running. They're taking a run. We're getting a running start. They're running and they're literally kicking people's doors with their faces covered up. Some of them have airsoft rifles. They run, they kick your door real hard, and then they let off the airsoft rifle. Whoever started this nonsense in today's world is lethal. It's going to get your children unalived. It's going to destroy a lot of lives. Sit down. What's up? What's going on, Ronnie? I'm just out here talking about this ding dong death. I'm seeing more and more stories of these young people that's playing this quote-unquote ding-dong ditch that's winding up getting their heads blowed off. It was just an 11-year-old lost his life last night doing this same foolishness. And that's what it is. Ding-dong ditch is ding-dong and you run. Getting a running start or going up to somebody's door and turning around and mule kicking their doors, that's simulating a break-in. In today's world, you're going to be met with maximum resistance, maximum firepower. It's very deadly, and it keep being young people. And I'm going to tell you something. This is not happening in the ghetto. This is in middle and upper class neighborhoods that this is going on in. And people are responding with bullets now. I just think that we need to get a hold of these young kids, and you need to teach them the internet is for entertainment. Don't let nobody goat you into going out there and doing something silly like that, because it's costing young people their lives. Now imagine the homeowners, when they defend their property and themselves, possibly going to jail for a fucking game. Somebody goes to prison and somebody goes to the cemetery. When you're sitting in your house minding your business. I want you guys and girls to think about that. Ayana, I'm going to say this. When I was a kid, we used to do it, and we've had it done. I remember when we lived, when I was real young in this particular apartment complex, all the way outside, some 3 or 4 people, somebody would knock on the door and everybody would take them down the breezeway. That wasn't uncommon, but they would and run. You got kids nowadays turning around, and this is all being caught on camera, and they're mule kicking people's doors, front and back doors, and people responding with barrages of bullets. And the only bad thing is you as the homeowner risk going to prison. Why would they do that? It's a game. It's just a game. Believe it or not, it's a game. It's stupid, and it was crazy when we did it. But it was something that went away for a long time, and people just decided it wasn't worth it. Because all it took was one time of somebody pulling us to the side, somebody parent and saying, I know who all it was because I was looking out the window. Stop it, or next time, you ain't gonna like it. That ended that. So, I just wanted everybody to understand this ding-dong ditch is death. Ding-dong death. Talk to your children. Tell your children this is not a good thing to partake in. Leave that foolishness alone, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth possibly getting your head blown off over. So, I just thought I'd bring that to everybody. You know, during this midday mania, I'll go a couple minutes. I'll get that 30-minute mark in. What's going on, Mr. 5'7", by 28? Well, appreciate you dropping in, man. Just talking about this. I seen another story about a young kid, 11 years old, lost his life playing this ding-dong ditch game, this ding-dong ditch challenge. And I was just explaining to people the difference between doing it back in the 80s and 90s to now. Like I said, we would ring the doorbell, and you knock on the door and you run. I mean, these guys are turning around mule kicking. They carrying their faces covered up. They got these damn airsoft rifles they running around here with, spraying it at the house, and people are not taking their lives for granted, you know. I got the PK380 on me. I would stand up and show it, but you know how YouTube be. YouTube be tripping. So, yeah, I just thought that we would do Midday Mania about that. Also, these retail theft rings. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, because look, it was something to do. I know it was wrong to do, but it was something to do. We would just ring the doorbell and run. Or we would just knock. These guys they've decided they're going to enhance this game, and it's going to cost a lot of young kids their lives. And their parents are going to be showing how this was such a good kid. They got in with the wrong crowd and they made a mistake. Yeah, that's what we would do. Ring the doorbell. Shit, like I said, I remember it happening to us. You hear people knock on the door and they take off running, and you open the door and you don't see nobody. You know what I'm saying? But we never tried breaking in nobody's house and getting a running start, or turning around and mule kicking the door. Nah, we was too afraid of what was on the other side of that door. Somebody, mama or daddy might have had that old 38, or pull that old pistol grip pump out. The next thing you got them number fours coming through that door. Them slugs. Or you got them double odds. So yeah, we knew better than that, but we would do that sometime maybe 7, 8 o'clock at night. 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. We wasn't knocking on nobody though. You got people out here trying to play this ding dong ditch game at 3 o'clock in the morning. Anybody kicking my door at 3 o'clock in the morning, in my eyes, that is, yep, but in the summer when we were bored and you just did that as a prank. Yeah. As a matter of fact, since you brought it up, I know a lot of these younger people never seen a phone book before. I remember during the time, summertime, people would get the phone books and look in there and pick a name out and call it. Let me tell y'all young people something. I'm going to speak for us in New Orleans. A lot of us wind up getting girlfriends like that. Sometimes they would get on the phone and start dialing numbers, and then you answer the phone and it'd be like, who this is? And you'd be like, well, you call me, my name's so-and-so. And before you know it, the next thing, y'all exchange numbers and y'all start going out. I mean, it happened. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it is gotten to the point now. That let me address this, Mr. 57. I appreciate you for chiming in. That's why I like doing these lives. Pranks have been around since the beginning of the time. And people prank to have fun. All right, what's going on, Perry? I appreciate you coming through. But there's a such thing as going too far, and everybody know what too far is. Like I said, everybody in the neighborhoods and had their door knocked on or their doorbell rung, and everybody took off running. But nobody has ever tried to come at no 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and kick somebody's door. We've never did that. Playing on the phone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, we've done it before. Let's start calling around. Look in the phone book. You see somebody's phone number. You call. You ask for a so-and-so. And if a girl answer, you start talking to her. That was a thing back in the day. That was a thing. But this thing, man, of you're gonna run around in this day and age, running and kicking people's doors, I don't advise it. I don't advise it. Also, since we having this conversation, I want everybody that really tunes into this channel, even if you're new here and you never thought about getting a firearm, go out there and get legally armed. Practice your Second Amendment. You from New Orleans, too? Yeah. All right. We got a New Orleanian in the house. I'm from uptown, uptown in the building. Yeah, kicking somebody's door in is you begging, you asking for trouble, and they giving it to you. And the sad thing is, all the lives that it ruined. The homeowners now have to fear going to jail. I don't know why I look like Jay-Z. I'd love to have his money. I gotta work to get it, but I'd love to have his money. Shit, I called somebody. I was on somebody's program and they was telling me I gave vibes of Dougie Fresh. So, yeah, man. Like I said, if you got nieces, nephews, children, man, tell them that game ain't worth it. It ain't worth doing that, man. There's cameras everywhere, but just running up and kicking people doors and all that, man, it ain't worth getting sprayed down with bullets. 'Cause people ain't playing. Another thing I wanted to address is all of this retail theft, these retail crime rings that's going on, man. It has gotten out of hand, man. I mean, to the point, people are stealing your cars and breaking into your vehicles, looking for things with your name on there, because that's a whole underground industry too. Um, my advice: once you home for the night, your wallet, your purse, your debit card, all that stuff, don't have no business in your car. Take that stuff out of your car. I don't care if you park in your own garage. Take that stuff out of your car. You never know when somebody gonna break in there and they gonna get your information. And why does that pertain to us law-abiding citizens that's legally armed? Well, now it gives criminals an incentive to try and break into your vehicle. It gives them an incentive to come to your house and try and do it. It gives them an incentive to go out there and get a stolen firearm and show up at your house and look at your camera and point a gun at your camera to let you know, if you come out here, I'm gonna damn shoot you. All right, we got old white Rambo in here. And this is why you guys and girls have to understand. Crime affects everybody. I don't care where you live. You may not see it, but crime affects everybody. Insurance rates, what have you. Sometimes, some places think the way that one of these damn neighbors around here shooting a damn firework. Crime, some people think that if we raise up the property taxes, that'll keep a specific group out of here. And if we can keep low-income people from around here, that'll stop crime. Well, guess what? It doesn't. They just caught one of the celebrity criminals. Oh, man, I can't call it. Jason just here chilling, man. Just putting in the work. They just caught one of the celebrity burglars. Yeah. The underground economy has a lot of things that keeps it going. Your information. People will break up in your car just to get your driver's license or your debit card or what have you. And you may not think it's a violent crime, but what if you happen to walk out on them? It's a violent crime now. Because most criminals, no matter how old they are, they don't come empty-handed no more. I remember the days back in New Orleans, the car burglaries where people would go and steal cars in the middle of the night or in the day, whenever they went to steal a car. It was maybe a lookout, and they went with no. Not now. Now they bold to your. They're bold enough to come to your nice neighborhood where they know everybody got cameras. They're bold enough to show up 3-4 cars deep and armed with enough firepower to take on a small police force to come and break into your vehicle, to come and steal your vehicle. And if they came to steal your vehicle and you interrupted them, they're bold enough 2 or 3 days later to come back and finish the damn job. That's how bold the criminals have gotten out here. Well, I say this. When they show up the first time, if they leave is in the back of a coroner's van, that'll discourage the next one from showing up around here. All they gotta start doing is start leaving. Show up in a stolen car, leave in the back of a coroner's van. Not a paddy wagon. Leave in the back of a coroner's van. That'll stop that shit. When they start knowing the price that they're gonna have to pay for going on these missions, is the loss of their head, they'll stop. As long as they know we can show up 3D. We got these them glass breaking devices. We can break your glass out. We got these electronic keys now, these computerized keys. We can reprogram your car right quick. Shit, they bold enough now. They ain't coming at night. They coming in the morning. What's going on, Shannon? They bold enough to come in the morning when you go start your car up, or when you in the kitchen and you getting ready to go to work, they bold enough to walk up, knowing they didn't watch you come in and out the house to that car already once or twice, and they bold enough to come and steal it right with you standing there, and dare you to do something about it. Once they start leaving in them coroner's vans, or if they manage to get out of your car and get into their stolen vehicles, once they know they can't get out the neighborhood without them cars being turned into Swiss cheese, they'll stop. See, criminality has decided to reverse itself. Everybody in the hood got guns. The criminals have decided it's better to go into these places where everybody goes to work every day. Nice manicured lawns. It's a quiet neighborhood because they don't expect no resistance. Now they going into them neighborhoods. 3, 4 cars, stolen cars deep. They looking for shootouts. Before I get out of here, I want to say this. Especially for us Americans. Don't let nobody shame you for practicing your Second Amendment rights. Men, understand something. If you have a woman at home and you guys become the victim of a home invasion, and these criminals that's hyped up on all these sexual stimulants decide to violate your woman and you'll never get that woman's respect again. You'll never get that woman back. It'll destroy the rest of your life. She can't understand that. You're going to have to sit down and have a talk with her. You might even have to let her go. Once you become the victim of a crime, that sense of security is gone. And it's hard to get it back. You'll always be on edge about stuff. Practice your Second Amendment rights. Because let me explain something. Because you get up, you go to work every day, you mind your business, you don't mess with nobody, don't mean people not casing you out. Just saw a story yesterday about the criminals, something we already knew. About how they going around the different neighborhoods doing recon. Hell, in the neighborhood I live in, somebody around here owns a fucking drone. And I happened to be outside one day and this fucking drone kept flying over the neighborhood. I don't know who the drone belonged to. Don't you think for 1 second that these people ain't doing reconnaissance on your house? Your Toyota Camry might not be all that to you. But to a criminal, it might be everything. Your little nice house or apartment or whatever that you take care of, the fact that you take care of your hygiene and your self-appearance when you come out, you may think, well, I can afford a Mercedes, but I'm going to buy a Buick because I don't want to seem like I got money. Everybody's definition of having money is different. You got to understand that. To a homeless person, to a person who has no vehicle, they used to have a saying back in the days, 4 wheels beat 2 any day. And what that meant is they would rather be in a car that had 4 wheels than to be on feet walking. Get out here and get legally armed. Learn the laws. Practice with those firearms. Do not let anybody shame you. When they ask you, what do you need a gun for? Tell them the same reason law enforcement need them. What good would it do to call law enforcement? Yeah, man. Back in the days in New Orleans, we used to say, call Frank Mignard. Frank Mignard was the coroner. Call Mignard. Frank Mignard, I remember when Frank Mignard was the coroner, he said that he wasn't going to retire because they kept him busy. He said, retire for what? I'm making too much money. They keeping me busy. I'm pretty sure wherever you guys and girls live, some of y'all may have heard people reference whoever your coroner is, but in New Orleans, it was Frank Mignard. Oh, call Mignard. Don't call 911. Call Mignard up. Everybody know what that meant? Oh yeah, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? Um, Ladies, let me address y'all while y'all here, cause since we got some ladies in. By the way, shout out to everybody, cause this is a worldwide movement. I appreciate y'all on this holiday taking these few minutes to rock with me. I'm gonna let you guys and girls get back to your grill. As you can see, I did mine yesterday. I want ladies to understand something. The rise of female prisoners in this country is going through the roof. More and more women are starting to go to prison and get long prison sentences. All right, we got Texas in the house, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Port Arthur, Amarillo, San Antonio, Laredo, Brownsville, Big Spring, Wichita Falls, El Paso, Corpus Christi. All right, we got Corpus Christi. As a matter of fact, since you said Corpus Christi, I used to deliver to the Valero plant down there in Corpus Christi back in the early 2000s, around 2005, 2006, 2007, around that time. And I used to go to that Golden Corral that was down there, right there where 37 in. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about because the truck drivers be out there all the time. So shout out to you. We appreciate you for tuning in. We appreciate you for rocking. Make sure you hit the likes button as you come in. But I was saying, ladies, more and more women are going to prison, and they're going for violent crimes. I know the mainstream media shows criminals as being men. You can't have a lot of this organized crime you have without women being involved. I want you guys and girls to understand that. You cannot have El Chapo, El Mayo, any other person you can think of that's ever been a drug kingpin cannot run them organizations without women. A woman may not have to be out there actually pulling the trigger, but if she's helping money laundering, if she's helping set up logistics, she's just as guilty as the guys that's out there pulling the trigger because she's a part of the enterprise. You're hearing more stories of women drowning their children, women killing their children. Yeah, you can't have a successful operation without women. Even in La Costa Nostra, they don't ever show the women. But who you think laundered all that money? How you think they get that money laundered? It's easier to send a woman in the bank with a bunch of money and have her take care of business than it is a man, because women is not linked to criminality. That's why when they take the organization down, they look for the women that's involved. And they always go to them first and tell them you got more to lose than anybody because you got children. Because society has shown that men can live even if it's not true. It's been presented that men can live without their children. So a man going to prison and leaving his children is not a big thing, as opposed to a woman doing it. So they go after the women. You want to lose your children? How you think them babies gonna be if you spend the next 20 years in prison? But nevertheless, women have become some of the fastest rising groups in prison. Ladies, get out there and get legally armed. Be on guard for anybody and everybody. Don't just assume because you ain't got a bunch of women around, a bunch of men around, you safe. Women kill just like men kill. Hell, for those of you who ever been in the streets, well, forget the streets. Let's talk about it with these dating apps. How many women have gotten online and set up dates with guys that they met online and lured that guy back to her apartment to get robbed, and he wound up getting his head blown off? Or took that man out in public and they went somewhere where she had people waiting on them. Out there in New York, this woman, they try to glamorize her like she was this big old thing, and she was just so innocent because she was a Dominicana and she was so beautiful and what have you. Cardi B even tweeted about it. Somebody got caught. She had been setting men up to get robbed. Wealthy guys. Guys that come into these bars and stuff with nice watches and stuff. Because she was pretty. She had been setting them up with her boyfriend. Somebody caught her going home in her G-Wagon, her G83. And they left it full of holes. And they unalived her. And they got up there and they made it clear she has a history of setting men up to be robbed. See? And this is not a gender war, none of that. I'm talking about things about getting legally armed that a lot of y'all don't learn in them concealed carry permit classes. Because I didn't have to go to a class to get mine, but I've sat in them classes and listened to some of the stuff they talk about. And they don't prepare you for what real life is. Get a job? Oh, I already do. I have one already. Excuse me. Nevertheless, like I was saying, you guys and you girls got to be very, very careful out here about who you deal with. Ladies, you got to watch these other women out here. It's just that simple. You got to watch these other women out here because you never know what's going to be what. Get your firearm or arms. Get used to your firearm. Get used to carrying your firearm on your person, not always in your purse. Get something that makes you feel comfortable. Don't pick a gun because it's small, because you may not be able to handle it. I know a lot of women, first gun is a revolver. And when they finally go to use it, they don't like it. There's places you can rent guns. Just go to a gun range one day and look at the people that's in there and talk to them. Most people will let you try their guns to see if you like it. Most people ain't going to put something in your hand they don't think you can handle. Get out here and get legally armed, everybody. Understand something. Every day could be your last. Understand what you're dealing with. We all gonna close our eyes one day. I say just don't volunteer. If you gotta give your life up, go down swinging. These criminals, sexual stimulant drugs, craziness that they hyped up on, these sexual crimes are going through the roof. Don't take it for granted. With that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning into Midday Madness. This has been another episode of Midday Madness. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit the likes button, comment, all that good stuff. Share it. We got over 800 wonderful pieces of information here on this channel. Put us on your playlist. Binge watch us. When you go to the gym and you get on the treadmill, just turn this channel on and listen to it. It gets you by on your day. This is the nutritious channel of GunTube. We are the Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. Everybody else is the hamburger, french fries, fried shrimp. We the nutritious. You might have to hold your breath to eat us, but once you have it and it digests, you understand it's good for the body. You may not always like things that you hear here. Take your emotions out. Take your feelings out. Listen to what we say and you think about it. And I can guarantee you can learn something that'll help you on your journey in this world. With that being said, shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Be safe out there for the rest of these holidays. If you're going to be on the road tonight going back home, leave early. Pay extra attention. Till next time, stay safe, stay armed, stay on high alert, and we out.